Is the president about to address the nation about Monica Lewinsky for a second time? And the media struggles over how to report the graphic details of the relationship. Do I go there? Tonight on Drudge.
He's the mod muckraker, the internet informer, citizen journalist, and everyone's dying to know what he'll say next. You know his name? Now here he is, Drudge.
Hello, Matt Drudge, somewhere in New York City, the basement of Fox News here with the hurricane edition of the weekend show, and what a storm is brewing. Less than a week after the nation is addressed by the President of the United States, I'm getting word that the big media is struggling with the graphic new details of the Oval Office episode, new details between the President and Monica Lewinsky, which no one wants to report first. Already the mainstream press has reported the stunning relationship in general terms. They've couched it in general terms. For instance, NBC has reported, quote, unusual sex practices. Our own Fox News reported that the two engaged in, quote, activities that most Americans would describe as unusual. What are they talking about here? There have also been published reports that Clinton was asked during the deposition on Monday, during the grand jury testimony, that they were outrageously graphic questions. So just what are these salacious details that journalists are wrestling with this weekend? Let's just say one episode allegedly involves a cigar, and I've learned they weren't smoking it. Joining me now from the dish here, Sin City, Washington, D.C., know-it-all like myself, Karen Feld. Thanks for joining us once again here on Drudge. You heard my report about the cigar.
I heard it. I'm not touching. I'm not going there.
I don't want you to either. And that's all they'll let me say here at Fox. But this thing is not going away.
You mean Fox isn't going there?
No, they're not. You have a hot story about the original Clinton apology that never made it to air. Tell me about it.
Well, that's right, Matt. I have a copy of what I believe is the speech that Clinton had intended to give, or at least one of his writers had intended for him to give it. He didn't give it. The CHOP experts went in there, including Hillary and others. And it's a speech that he still could give a version of this weekend after he's had a few more days to think about it.
So you have seen the original speech?
I have, Matt, and basically it shows a lot of remorse. It differs from the speech that he gave the other night in a few ways. One is it shows a lot of remorse. Two is it does not attack Ken Starr at all. It does not attack the right wing. It does not attack anybody else. President Clinton takes full responsibility for his actions. He takes full responsibility for the pain that he caused Hillary, Chelsea, Monica. He mentions that.
Oh, he does? Does he apologize to Monica Lewinsky in the version you saw?
Doesn't exactly apologize, but what he does is says that he takes full responsibility for the pain that he caused her, and also the pain that he caused his staffers, his aides, his supporters, and the American public, the people that really believed in him. And in this speech, he kind of makes the American public, the people, the voters, partners with him, and that they've gone down this road together and they've believed in them, and he knows he's let them down, and he feels very badly about that, and he wants to continue for the next 2 years of his term with the good work that he's done with their help during the first 6 years.
You know, the LA Times this weekend is reporting that Clinton is likely to make a second public statement, perhaps a television interview. Do you suspect he will be much more apologetic this time around?
I think he will. I know his close aides have advised him to do that. I mean, he got very bad reviews, as we all know, on this first one last week. He was very angry. And what he does best is when he comes across appealing to the people with that charming Bill Clinton that everybody voted for. And I think that if he does give another address, and I think that he very likely could, that's the tone that it's going to take. It's going to be a lot warmer. It's maybe not going to sound over-lawyered. He's not going to sit there and, you know, not take his eyes off the teleprompter. I think it's going to be a little more, at least, of a candid feeling.
Is Harry Thomason, the Hollywood producer, going to be involved in this also?
I think Harry Thomason has been involved all along. He's been spending a lot of time at the White House. I know he certainly was one of the people who did some editing on the speech the other night.
Oh, yeah.
And he's been there.
Just specifically, who made him change the speech from what you saw to what we heard on Monday night?
I think everybody had some input into it. Certainly lawyers, particularly Nicole Seligman, who is the young woman lawyer who's very smart, who's been right
She's been
there.
out of the spotlight, too. She's one of the phantom players in this.
Well, that's right, and she stayed in the background. Now, she's one of her closest friends, don't forget, is Caroline Kennedy, and she's the one that represented Caroline and her brother in the items that were going to auction. She also was a bridesmaid in Caroline Kennedy's wedding.
Now,
and it worked for Ollie North, but I think that Hillary had the final cut.
Hillary had the final cut. What are you hearing about Chelsea and Hillary and their relationship at this point?
Well, Chelsea is really the glue that is holding this family together. Chelsea has been the bond with all of them, and she's a pretty normal kid. She's up in the vineyard now, and she's got a couple of guys, they're school chums of hers who are up there she's hanging out with. But the morning before they were to leave for the vineyard, this is a few days ago, the night after the speech, apparently they had a real showdown in the White House, and Chelsea was involved, from what I understand, and apparently she didn't want to be thrust into the limelight and have to be public with this. She wanted to live her own life, and they all came out. I mean, now he was delayed about 2 hours leaving.
Yeah, he was.
And the helicopters said, kept starting on the lawn, and they'd go back, and they said he was talking to supporters from the Oval Office. But I understand that there was some family discussions going on then. And the three of them did come out holding hands, and everything was great. And then Chelsea held hands with her dad, and Hillary kind of walked off and just stared straight ahead behind the sunglasses.
Well, with this whole
hoping Buddy would take the attention away.
How could you not have family strife at this point? I mean, the whole nation watching you like they're watching all my children. Stay right there, Karen. We'll be right back to you.
All right.
The Hollywood connection up next, the Wag the Dog. You will not believe the book Bill Clinton took up with him up to Martha's Vineyard. And also, before we go to break, another look at that tie. Clinton may be the first figure in history to obstruct justice with a tie. Monica Lewinsky gave him a gift. Was he trying to send her a message? Roll tape.
Crazy about his shine dress man.
Today, I ordered our armed forces. Today, I ordered our armed forces to strike at terrorist-related facilities
It's in
Afghanistan and Sudan because of the imminent threat they presented to our national security.
Some Americans are going to say there is a striking resemblance to Wag the Dog.
The only factors involved were to prevent the kind of terrorist action that killed 12 Americans last week and injured so many hundreds and indeed thousands more.
Can you wag? Can you wag?
We may have a president that is desperately seeking to hold on to his job in the face of a firestorm of criticism and calls for him to step down.
Some sound of screaming.
This Wag the Dog theory.
That's enough on that. Anything else?
Could you at least say that it is life-imitating art, possibly in some way?
I'm not a movie critic.
You didn't sell the line.
Have you seen the movie Wag the Dog?
This is nothing. This is just Act 1 of the war.
Some people have been critical. The fact is that I doubt that he would have taken this action without an awful lot of intelligence backup.
The decision was not only correct, but commendable.
I support the president.
Thank you. God bless you. And may God bless our country.
A look at the state of the nation on this weekend here at Fox News. Matt Drudge back. Thanks for staying with. Karen Feld, I understand you've got some information on what Clinton may do after he leaves office, whenever that may be.
All right, well, maybe some of his Hollywood friends think that this Wag the Dog-like scenario is so good that Steven Spielberg, who has been a close friend and big supporter, has contributed megabucks to Clinton's legal defense fund right now, and also campaign fund, of course, has offered him a job, I understand, as an executive with DreamWorks. And I originally thought this meant for the year 2000. I think that there's some backup here just in case he has to resign or something happens before that. And in fact, the White House has some people out there now kind of house hunting in Bel Air and some of the upscale areas.
Yeah. You know,
Your neighborhood, Smack.
That's where I'm from, out on Hollywood. Bologna Boulevard's where I come from. Some coincidences that have really made me think the White House was coordinating with DreamWorks. Check this out, Karen. When Peacemaker came out, the movie, George Clooney, all of a sudden there was real news attached to the movie. An ex-Russian military man trumpets loss of nuclear bomb-making material from former Russia. That was in 60 Minutes. U.S. government official testifies to Congress about the dangers of terrorist suitcase bombs. This was tied with the movie release. That's one. Deep Impact, another DreamWorks movie. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, front page New York Times, scientists claim comet may hit Earth. Front page photos, stories in all the major papers. Private Ryan, which just has opened up in the past month. Several black World War II veterans received medals in ceremony as the movie's opening up. They also set up a Veterans Administration hotline. What is going on here? Is Hollywood leading, or Washington, or is it just one pretty fusion?
I was just going to say, which comes first, the tail or the dog? It's just amazing. That Hollywood-Washington connection is so close, and President Clinton really enjoys it. He loves it all. Harry Thomason, his Hollywood buddy, has spent a lot of time advising the White House, his stuff back and forth.
Back and forth. And you will not believe what book Bill Clinton took up with him on vacation. It's called Against All Enemies by Richard Herman. The book deals with the repercussions of a U.S. attack on biological weapons plant in Sudan. Now, this is a novel. Karen Feld, can't even say goodbye to you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you,
Matt Drudge, be right back on Fox News.
Listen.
Karen, sorry about that. Karen's Drudge.
Either way, okay.
Karen, Matt Drudge here.
Hi.
Sorry about that. We ran out of time.
I could tell.
We didn't even get to the Virginia grand jury, which is so interesting.
Oh, yeah, I've got good stuff with that.
Can we leave her on for the C, or just to talk about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. All right.
Right.